They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times it feels like nobody's right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell can make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I think this life could be special if I get rid of the devils. They think that I am a rebel, I think they want me to settle. There's nobody on my level. They think that work is too stressful, I think that work is essential. The grind is all in your mental, and I don't think you understand what I'll go through just to be in control of my life soon. All the negativity, man, I'm immune. I don't really need a mask with all I've been through. I've been making changes for the ages. 5-10 year plans are contagious. I attack that shit, I'm tenacious. And if you ain't, get the fuck out of my way then. Got one life, I won't regret it. I will fight until I get it. I'll look back one day from heaven and say, damn, I learned some lessons. And say, damn, I have no questions. I had fun in every second, and the journey was a blessing, yeah. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win. I'll take a stab, I wanna chase a bag. I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. Lonely now, I'll give up everything. Daunting thought, if I could see my dreams, I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality. Don't let go, don't let go. I'll make things right. 'Cause I'll do anything to make what I want a reality.
I just wanna find a way out, sick of the venom in my brain. Running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this. I just wanna break these chains. Always destined for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once, I just so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started the outlaws for profit. Now all I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
Reality.
Hey, hey, y'all, what's up? Allie, my love, Patty G, Savage, El Mayo, Sherry, Jody, Tokyo, Fairy Floss, Sweetie, hey, love. Fairy Floss in a ruse. Is my Frank here? Hi, Nightbot. Sorry, I had to mute. My damn dogs was going nuts for nothing again. What's everybody up to this evening? Hey, baby, here comes one of my little baby girls. Keep my baby. Is Frank here? Let me message him. Thank you, Fairy Floss. I love you. He should be here any second. Okay. He's busy, I guess. For some reason, I've been thinking all day it's a freaking Monday, I swear. I hope you're doing well today, Witchy. Nicole. It's good to see you over here. I enjoy you in the other chats. It's really nice to be in other places too, not just yours and new places and hey Breezy, hi. You're beautiful by the way. And I can barely see your picture. You're beautiful. Just a second. Y'all might hear my washer. It's going. Where is that friggin'? Just 1 second, y'all. I gotta mute. Hold on. Fairy Floss, check your email. El Mayo, I don't know why you got timed out, but if you did, it was for a good reason. Because my mods are very lenient. Oh, sunburn. I hate that. That's so, I hate being sunburnt. It's the worst fucking pain. When I was younger, I used to go to tanning beds a lot because my mama did. I love tanning beds, but now I don't want fucking skin cancer. But like that first time you go to the tanning bed, oh my god, you get burned if you don't watch it, and it's horrible. I love me a tanning bed though. I ain't been in years. Got some stuff I want to play for y'all that we're gonna watch. There is a case out of Kansas, a code case that is very close to my heart for some reason, and because I live in the area where it happened, and it just really broke my heart, and it was years ago, and I want to share that with you all. Hey, be good. Thanks for stopping by, love. Okay, Fairy Falls, good deal. I love you. I know El Mayo tan beds are. I don't go no more. I haven't been in probably 10, 15 years longer. Yeah, I used to go all the time though, like when I was in school and stuff, because my mom would go and I would go with her and she'd let me in. I loved it. I loved it. I get so tan. I love having a good suntan though. Makes you feel good. I do use sunscreen if I'm out at Mayo. Okay, does anyone know about the Alonzo Brooks case? Anyone ever heard about him? Alonzo Brooks. We're going to do some true crime and chit chat. Let's do that, okay? Is Frank here? I ain't seen him. He's busy. He's a busy boy. Frank's my homie. Anything interesting going on y'all want to talk about before we get started? We can talk about it after too, but I do want to introduce this case to my people. And then I'm going to clip it up later and just put that part, not all the gossip in it. Because I've been wanting to do this case and it's close to me, and so you never know. This case was even on the Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, if you can watch it as well. Let me get a setup here. We can still chit chat. You've heard about him, Tokyo? Yeah. He's very close to my heart, and it's a code case. And yeah, I've been wanting to share it, and I just haven't because I don't really know how I'm not good at presenting cases. But now's the time I want to do this. Look, all my viewers dropped when they found out I wasn't doing no drama. Y'all fucking nuts, man. Run along. No drama here today. That's hilarious. Raise your hand if you was here for the drama. Be honest. Come on, lurkers. There's 36 of you. Because I'd rather have my little 7 to 11 people here than all you fucking haters. I love my little circle. Y'all want to make fun of me? Fuck you. Quality over quantity, baby. Okay, here we go. Alonzo Brooks from Kansas.
Yeah, let's talk about fears. Well, let's talk about love.
Okay, episode 4, Netflix Unsolved Mysteries. This episode really bothered me. I just got done watching it, so it's all fresh in my mind. And Alonzo Brooks. I can't get out of my mind the uncle crying on there, and the mom. Again, Netflix is doing a great job showing how these murders and unsolved, especially murders, impact families. It's something that nobody wants to be a part of. So anyhow, let's get to the facts of this case. So Alonzo Brooks, 23 years old, from a small town in Kansas. I believe it was Gardner. And on April 4th, 2004, I believe it was, he goes to a party with some friends about an hour away in a more rural area. And apparently a small town, country town that don't like black people. This is from the episode. This is what I'm gathering. I don't know if there's any truth to this or not. One guy states that during this party, Zoe gets in an altercation with a guy. Red flag number 1. However, what bothers me is nobody else mentioned this the rest of the episode. Even the guy that took him to the party, I think his name was Justin, stated there was, when he left to get cigarettes and then got lost and didn't come back for Zoe, that's who took him to the party. Justin said everybody was getting along fine. There was no bad vibes in the air. So that bothers me. You have one person that says there was definitely a conflict and he separated Zoe and this guy. So there was approximately 50 people at this party. This group that Alonzo was with, of about 5 to 6 people, I guess, were outsiders coming. And I know something about that because when I was younger, I would be those outsiders going to a party in a different town where you don't know anybody. And, everybody wants to be king shit. Everybody's the tough guy and people don't like other people coming into their territory. And, maybe that happened here. We'll get into my theories a little bit later. But Alonzo gets left at this party. Okay, that's the gist of this. He is the only black person there at this party, and he's an outsider. His friends leave him there. Now, they don't leave him there intentionally. From everything it sounds, he got left there through circumstance. And that happens. There's no hateful intent there. So I don't have a problem. Well, I mean, there's a problem with him being left there, but I mean, you can't blame his friends for that. And I know this guy, Justin, seems to be taking it extremely hard. And because he feels that it's his fault, he left him there. If he wouldn't have left him there, this wouldn't have happened. And maybe he's right. But that's unfortunately that's life. And he can't beat himself up over that. So you got to understand, first of all, Alonzo gets left at this party. All of his friends are gone. Think of that feeling. What balls he must have, number one, to want to stay there, if he did want to stay there. But he was the only black guy there in a town that seemed, according to this, that did not like black people. They were all white country people. And he stayed there being an outsider and continued to have a good time because everybody said he was having a good time. But everybody leaves. And what happens while he's at the party, there's no discussion about this on this episode. We don't know what happened. I would have loved if Netflix would have gotten in contact with somebody at that party, besides the people that Alonzo went with. Did they try and did they all refuse or what? But I would like for them to do that. But Zoe never came home. Okay, so right away, the next day, people are looking for him. They can't find him. One of his best friends goes to the property and starts searching right away the next day, and they find his boots adjacent fields and his beanie. I think that's clue number one. Okay, that's the only clue we really have to go on here. But I think that could be crucial, and I'll tell you why later. The mom, and I've run into this, the mom went to the police and said, hey, my son's missing. And they're like, you have to wait, 48 hours. He's of age, blah, blah, blah. I went through this with Don Miller's mom. It's a cool case that I investigated back in 2007. She was a missing person. And I'll put up the link here so you can check that story out. But anyhow, she went missing and she was murdered. And her mom tried to report it to police that she was missing, and they wouldn't take the report. Said pretty much she's of age. It's not our jurisdiction. We don't know where she went missing at. It's complete and utter bullshit. Okay, it just frustrates me beyond no end. What's it hurt to take a police report? That's your job. You're a police officer. Take the fucking report. Okay, that at least give the family that instead of being like, oh, the family knows. The family knows. You don't know. The family knows whether that's out of character or not. Take the report, because those first hours are crucial, okay? I get so frustrated when law enforcement doesn't cooperate in a missing persons case. I just don't get it. And I was a cop for 15 years, okay? I understand you're busy. I understand all this. But if you don't want to do your job, quit. Retire. Let somebody else come in there and do the job, okay? A family knows if their loved one is missing. Take the report, go interview some people, get off your ass and do the job. So anyhow, I'm sorry. I get frustrated with that. I think back to that Don Miller case and what that poor mom went through. And I can see the exact anguish in Alonzo's mother in this episode. So April 7th, looks like the Kansas City Bureau of Investigation takes over the case. April 10th, the FBI comes in. And at that time, they considered it a possible hate crime. So there must have been something in those interviews that led them to believe this, that the FBI is coming into this. So to me, that's an indication that they're probably on the right track, that it wasn't a hate crime or racism played a part in it some way, somehow. So on April 12th, the dive team comes in and they state that there's a creek bed next to where this party was. And the deepest part was only 3 feet deep. They searched it along with earlier the FBI and the KBI, before that the sheriff's department, and they don't find anything. But at some point in time, almost a month after this incident took place where he went missing, the family.
Sorry, y'all. I'm going to play a different one here real quick. That one, I thought it was I thought it was this one. This case hurts my heart. It's very close because I lived in where he's at, or where he was from.
Alonzo Tyree Brooks was the youngest child born to an African-American father, Billy Brooks Sr., and a Mexican mother, Maria Ramirez, on May 19, 1980. He grew up alongside his parents and 4 siblings in Topeka, Kansas, before moving to Gardner with his mother, with whom he shared a very close bond. As a youngster, he loved karate, riding his bike, and playing football. And by April of 2004, 23-year-old Alonzo was working as a custodian for countryside maintenance in his hometown of Gardner. Alonzo was described as being kind, well-mannered, and a good-humoured individual who got along with everybody he met. On April 3rd of 2004, Alonzo, who was known as Zoe amongst his friends and family, told his mother that he was heading out to a party that night with some friends, around 47 miles away in the remote town of Lacine. The friends mostly went to these parties rather impromptu. They never made pre-arranged plans to go, but decided in the spur of the moment to go to this particular party. As the friends were leaving Zoe's house to travel to the party, Alonzo jumped in the car of his friend Justin. The friends drove around about an hour or so to attend the farmhouse party in Lacine. The party seemed like every other. Teens and young adults drinking, dancing, playing drunken games, and having a laugh together. There were up to around 50 people in attendance that night, many of which Alonzo nor his group of friends actually knew. Despite being generally quite a reserved and shy man around people he didn't know, Alonzo appeared to be having a good time and seemed more confident with a few beers down him, like many of us experience. Alcohol always gives us that little boost of confidence. According to his friends, Zoe was subject to a number of racial slurs and threats at this party in Lacine, a dominantly white area which was known for a lot of racism against people of colour. Important to note, Zoe was reportedly the only person of colour in attendance that night, and at one point during the gathering, Alonzo and another partygoer had a confrontation. Zoe's friend Daniel stepped in and broke the pair apart before it got physical, though the ins and outs of the confrontation aren't clear. At around 11 p.m, word got round about another party happening nearby, and Daniel decided to leave with his ride towards this other party, with Tyler, Zoe's other friend, also leaving the party around this time. Just Alonzo and Justin, his ride, remained. The pair were smoking cigarettes at one stage during the night when they both noticed that their boxes were empty. Justin decided to leave his car to buy some more cigarettes for himself and for Alonzo. However, due to the fact that the area of Lacine was unfamiliar to him, Justin got lost along the country roads. He called another friend at the party, Adam, and asked him to tell Alonzo about the situation, Justin hearing Alonzo laughing and joking in the background of the phone call. Justin asked Adam to give Alonzo a ride home, to which he agreed, only for whatever reason, the two missed one another by the end of the night, with Adam believing that Zoe had already left or had perhaps hitched a ride with someone else back to Gardner, as he couldn't locate him at the Lacine house. The following morning, a friend of Alonzo's called his mother Maria and asked if he was home, but he wasn't. His bed hadn't been slept in. For Zoe not to come home was extremely unusual, and he wasn't one to go off and sleep at a friend's house without at least phoning home. Calls were made to Alonzo's friends and family members in Gardner and Topeka, but nobody had seen or heard from him since the previous night. The Brooks family, alongside Alonzo's friends, went to the farmhouse in Lacine to search for the 23-year-old, but found the property eerily deserted. Nothing even suggested that a house party had even occurred the night before. It was pristine. They scoured the fields nearby, and one of Zoe's oldest friends, Rodney, who lived back in Topeka, discovered Alonzo's hat and one of his boots lying in a field across the street, opposite the exit of the driveway. Zoe's other boot was later discovered on the side of a creek bank just a few meters away. None of these items appeared to have been concealed in any way, though the way the items were scattered did lead some to speculate that these items were perhaps thrown from a moving vehicle, or that Alonzo had perhaps gone walking along the road and, in his drunken state, removed his shoes and hat, though this is deemed rather unlikely. Following the discovery of Zoe's hat and boots, the searchers were told to leave the property by strangers in a vehicle, who to this day have never been identified. After failing to locate him, Maria reported her son as missing to the local authorities. However, she was told that they couldn't file a missing persons report until 48 hours had passed. Maria and her family were understandably outraged by this. They knew that for Alonzo not to come home in itself was a huge red flag, not to mention that he was without his shoes in torrential rain with an ankle injury, which he had sustained playing basketball just a few weeks prior. How was this not a cause for concern? Alonzo's friends were interviewed countless times by the police and gave their accounts of what happened that night, and a number of those who attended the party were also given polygraph tests and similar interviews, but nothing of significance came from these. It is alleged that some of the partygoers actually refused polygraphs. However, this is unconfirmed. If true, however, why refuse the test? Did they have something to hide? There were rumours circulating that Alonzo had perhaps been flirting with a white female at the party. Did other men at the party think the pair were getting too close, and somehow they became violent and beat Alonzo up? Again, however, there was no evidence to suggest that this theory was at all plausible. On April 4th, police officers from Lynn County Sheriff's Department scoured the creek bed next to the farmhouse, which was also searched, but there was no sign of Alonzo or any evidence to indicate where he was or what had happened to him. 3 days later, the case was handed over to the KBI, the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, and extensive searches followed suit. The evidence recovery team and dive teams searched the creek bed once again in the days following, whilst it was at a low level, with authorities also using the likes of cadaver dogs on the ground and helicopters, all in an effort to trace down Alonzo, but unfortunately to no avail. The FBI joined the investigation on April 10th and began to look into the possibility that Alonzo had been the victim of a hate crime. The Brooks family contacted police every day asking for updates, but they didn't give them anything. They told the family that they were investigating extensively and that should any new information arise, they would contact them. Interestingly, Alonzo's family claimed that they were told not to aid in the search by the Kansas Bureau of Police for almost an entire month. And yet, within an hour of finally being granted permission to search for Alonzo, on May 1st, 2004, the Brooks family made a heartbreaking discovery within close proximity to the property where the party was held. The search team, which was made up of Alonzo's family, friends, and local volunteers, split up and scoured the area along the creek bank for any sign of Alonzo. One of the search volunteers who was searching through brush headed towards a white shed by the creek found lying on the bank on top of some tree branches the decomposing, fully clothed body of 23-year-old Alonzo Brooks. The area was subsequently sealed off as investigations got underway. An autopsy was conducted, and its results left law enforcement and Brooks's loved ones somewhat baffled. There was no evidence of any internal or external injuries to Alonzo's body. No bruising was present, and no bones had been broken or fractured, and there were no signs of any blunt force trauma or penetrating injuries such as a gunshot wound or even strangulation. There was also no evidence to suggest that the deceased had drowned, as there was no water present in his lungs. Details of a toxicology are unavailable at this particular time, though Zoe's cause of death was deemed to be undetermined. His death was ruled as suspicious, but without any other evidence or clues to work with to suggest a crime was committed, Zoe's case was subsequently closed by authorities. The Brooks family couldn't understand why law enforcement made this decision, as so many questions remained unanswered. Did Zoe die as a result of a violent crime? Did he possibly succumb to alcohol poisoning? Why did police fail to locate his body by the creek when they had conducted over 6 official searches in the area? His family located his body within an hour. Were the police simply negligent, or was there something more sinister at play here? Is it possible that Alonzo's body was frozen following his death, and his remains were placed by the creek a month following his disappearance, simply in plain sight for his family to find? After a month, surely his body would have suffered more severe decomposure or bloating than what was present when his body was found. Animal degradation only appeared around Alonzo's neck. Surely more would have occurred. Had his body floated down the creek following heavy rainfall? This theory certainly doesn't seem likely, as all of Alonzo's belongings that were in his possession when he was found, his wallet and papers included, none showed any signs of water damage, which would have been there if he had been submerged in water for a month. Who carried out this despicable crime? And more importantly, why? What happened between April 4th and May 1st? Alonzo almost certainly hadn't been in the creek that entire time. His body wasn't bloated, and he hadn't drowned. Ultimately, who is to blame is up for much debate. Was this a race-based hate crime? Foul play is deemed most likely by Brooks's family and friends, and they believe that the truth lies within the residents of Lacine, though they remain tight-lipped. The FBI recently reopened Alonzo's case following an episode which aired on Netflix in July 2020 regarding this case, and announced a $100,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest and conviction in regards to the death of Alonzo Brooks. Was his death murder? Someone out there knows what happened to him, and it's time for the truth to out. In a rather rare occurrence, Alonzo's body was exhumed on July 21st, 2020 by law enforcement following the Unsolved Mysteries episode regarding Brooks' case entitled No Ride Home, airing on Netflix. Investigators receiving a number of promising tips which may have led to new evidence or clues coming to light. Authorities are out to discover the truth as to whether Alonzo was the victim of homicide. At this time, further details regarding the exhumation remain unclear, but we can only hope that following further examinations, we can finally find out what happened to 23-year-old Alonzo Brooks, and hopefully in doing so, give his family some sort of closure.
Okay, that was what I wanted to share. If anybody knows anything, please call it in. You never know, somebody on here could be watching that knows something, and I would really love to get justice for Alonzo. I'm glad this lady didn't show his mom because she breaks my heart. Oh my God, when his mom talks. He was her baby. Hey, Frank. El Mayo, thanks for stopping by and subbing. What's up, y'all? My damn dogs don't stop barking. They barked all freaking day, man. It's funny is people here and lurking. Lurk, 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 lurk. Tokyo, I took just about everybody's wrenches. It's not just you. Sometimes too many wrenches is the thing, and I just took everybody's wrench except for the people that's here every day, and you know, sorry. You're not the only one that's lost it. And if you're not going to want to be my friend because I took your wrench, then that's pretty sad. Because I love you, Tokyo. So if anybody gets mad over a wrench at me and you leave my channel, I don't know. Hey, wifey, you're good. I have to keep muting because my damn dogs, my old man's trying to get them to hush. Oh, there she goes again. God bless. Hey, After Dark. How are you, love? Man, my littlest dog, she is such a little stinker, man. She is awful. She's the one that bites. Hold on just 1 second, y'all. Frank's behaving for once. For once he is. Sorry, y'all, my dogs. I'm really sorry. Hold on just for one more minute. Okay, hopefully we're good now. Got my good little baby girl up here with me. I said, Mommy, baby Monroe, her's the good girl. Yes, Monroe's a good girl. Yes, her is. Tammy, hey, yo. Hey, love. Come here. Come on. Come here with your mom. Monroe, quit. No. No. What y'all up to today? Nobody's talking. Let's see. Timmy, yeah, yo, you ain't missing nothing, really. Your pugs, that's funny. My wiener dogs, they lick each other's ears. Like they'll get up in them. What y'all want to talk about? Talk about narcissism? Got some stuff I could talk about on that. We're going to talk about some narcissism. We're going to talk about some covert narcissism, because there's different levels and stages and whatever of narcissism, and we're going to talk about it, because a lot of people live with it and don't even know it, you know. And do you have someone at home, your partner, a friend, or somebody that treats you like shit behind the scenes? As soon as you go out in front of the public or your friends or whatever, they're like the best fucking person ever.
Welcome Psych2Go fans! We here at Psych2Go are all about sharing knowledge, so we just want you to know that the purpose of this video is not to condemn narcissists, but to help those who feel they may be victims of narcissism, so they have the tools to help them recognize the signs. This in turn may provide some protection and self-preservation. Signature traits of a narcissist are combinations of various things, including being self-absorbed, deceitful, and using their sense of empathy as a weapon against others. Despite all these unpleasant qualities, the most dangerous characteristic about a narcissist is their initial magnetism. Early impressions and interactions have them presenting as charming, eloquent, intelligent, and charismatic. Unfortunately, these behaviors are simply bait, and the good treatment towards you doesn't last. The eventual outcome is you suffering through emotional trauma and being a pawn in their game. This doesn't sound very good, does it? Well, let us offer a little knowledge to arm yourself with. Here are 7 of the most common manipulation tactics narcissists use that you need to watch out for. 1. Gaslighting. Many victims of abusive relationships will be familiar with this one. Gaslighting and narcissists also quite often go together. So, what is gaslighting? Well, it's a method of manipulation to make the victim question their own reality. You'll know you locked the door, but the narcissist unlocked it without you knowing, then berates you later for being irresponsible or stupid. You're so lucky that you have them to depend on. You'll argue you know you locked it. They'll keep insisting you didn't. The narcissist will lie and misinform so earnestly and consistently that you start to question your memory and judgment of past events, no longer trusting your own mind. Oftentimes, they will attempt to change the narrative so they look good, and you look bad. They may do this by completely fabricating a story or claiming you said something you didn't. 2. Projection. Projection is a manipulation tactic the narcissist will use to take things out on you. They're trying to relieve themselves of their negative load by dumping it on someone else and using them as a psychological punching bag. Usually, this is accomplished by convincing you that you have the problematic behaviors, not them. They might call you names, scold you for your actions, or get angry at you for doing things they themselves do. I know, right? Double standards. 3. Guilt tripping. When a narcissist wants something from you, they might try to guilt trip you into getting it. They make you feel sorry for them, coercing you into doing favors for them and staying by their side. They passive-aggressively remind you of all the bad things they perceive you've done to them. This is to imply that you owe them, or they use it as a reason to bear a grudge, creating a desire in you to make it up to them. 4. Silent treatment. We may not be proud of it, but we know we've given the cold shoulder to someone at some time in our lives to express our hurt, anger, or disappointment with them. A narcissist will do the same behavior, but with very different reasons. Their reason for the silent treatment is to tear down their victim's self-esteem. If your self-esteem is weak, you need support. You need them. You likely haven't done anything wrong, yet they'll ghost you until you're begging them to take you back, apologizing to them for anything and everything. 5. Feigned ignorance. It seems like you can't trust narcissists with anything. Well, there is something you unfortunately can trust a narcissist for. It's that they will always have an excuse ready as to why they aren't responsible for whatever they did wrong. They'll often play dumb and pretend to be innocent so they can get away with their bad behavior. They will manipulate you into thinking that they didn't mean it or didn't know any better, and once you forgive them and you've convinced yourself that they're a good person who simply made a mistake, they just stab you in the back and repeat the process. 6. Playing the victim. Remember how we said a narcissist will always use empathy as a weapon? This is how they do it. Generally, we know and feel that the right thing to do for a fellow human showing distress is to extend compassion and understanding. Unfortunately, if this is given to a narcissist, it's a flashing neon sign to let them exploit you. Did they make a mistake or a big mess of things? Maybe they did something wrong or hurtful. Well, they tell you, it's not me that was in the wrong. It was someone else. This is usually the victim, by the way. The entire world and cosmos has treated me unfairly, they'll say. It's in this way they keep fishing for and siphoning compassion and pandering from you, the caring human being. 7. Throwing tantrums. As you might suspect, narcissists don't respond well when you stand your ground and stop caving to their demands. The response? Tantrums have entered the chat. They will often get upset, raise their voice at you, call you names, and say many hurtful things just so they can browbeat you into submission. They can't be reasoned with or talked down because they're always absolutely certain that they are right, and anyone who disagrees with them must be terribly mistaken and therefore the enemy. Do you recognize these signs in anyone you know? Is there a narcissist in your life right now? If so, it can be helpful to be aware of these tactics so you can better prepare to protect yourself against them and possibly save yourself from being the victim of a narcissist's abuse. Learning all the tricks they use greatly reduces the narcissist's power, and they will likely leave you in peace. You're not useful to them if they can't manipulate you. So, be good to yourself and save yourself from the emotional pain and trauma. The narcissist mind games are now closed, and you're not forced to participate. As with any diagnosis, though, a specialized professional needs to make the call. Simply having a few somewhat similar traits doesn't necessarily mean one is a narcissist. We hope you learned something new. Please like, share, and subscribe below so we can keep giving you new material. Thanks for
I want to share with you today a technique that covert or vulnerable narcissists use. It's their special crazy-making weapon that they use to abuse their targets. In order for you to understand the weapon, you need to understand a little bit of the structure of the personality that's coming with that weapon. So we say online, on YouTube, on the forums, we say covert, but actually in the literature, it's fragile. Or sometimes it will be described as vulnerable. So this was to express that it was in opposition to the previously defined narcissistic personality disorder, the grandiose narcissist. And they're saying, wait, there is a type of narcissist who's fragile, who's vulnerable, who will show weakness, who's not the alpha male, the alpha female, top of their class. They'll actually be vulnerable and they'll actually promote feelings of vulnerability. Why is it important for you to understand their fragility in terms of the structure? Well, because if they don't come from this particular structure, the weapon that they use won't work. So when we're talking about fragile or vulnerable narcissists, how would we define them? Briefly. So within 30 seconds, the way that I would define somebody that you would be saying was functioning from a fragile narcissistic personality structure or strategy would be somebody who is cycling. So they're constantly in a cycle of elation and depletion. Unlike the grandiose narcissist who has a ready supply of narcissistic supply. So they're on a fairly continuous, steady burn of elation. The fragile or vulnerable narcissist is failing all the time to get that supply. He gets it, he loses it. She wins it, she loses it again. So they cycle between elation and depletion. So therefore, they're more moody, generally speaking, than the grandiose narcissist, but also you'll see them cry. You'll see them fragile. You'll see them vulnerable. They will say sorry. They will apologize, but ultimately they're only cycling as they're trying to get back up to a position of power. Because everything that this personality disorder is all about power over others. The power of the grandiose narcissist might be to bully you or to reward you. It would be something that is done in the light, Yang style. You will see it coming. Do as you're told or else you're going to get smacked. Do as you're told and you'll get the good thing that you want. Because they have power. That's a grandiose classic narcissist. The fragile or covert narcissist doesn't have power. So they manipulate. They cajole. This is why I think why covert is such a popular way of talking about them is because they can't do it in a way that is direct. They have to be indirect. So this lack of power, this fragile structure that they're coming from means that they have to be intensely manipulative, which brings us to their favorite crazy making weapon of choice. So you as the target have to be in the sense in your dyad, in the structure of two people in the folie à deux that you are in, and you are in it, you're leaning into it, otherwise it doesn't work. You will perceive them as fragile. And you'll go, well, they can't be one of those nasty classic narcissists because last week they said sorry and the week before that they started crying and opening up to me and they made themselves vulnerable to me. So therefore it can't be narcissism, it must be something else. That's actually part of the weapon. The first part of the weapon, so it has like a 1-2 punch effect. The first part is to confuse you, which you will be confused because you'll be like, well, who am I dealing with today? Which version of them, if they're elated, they're showing up as grandiose. So if they've got their narcissistic supply, they'll be grandiose. They'll be the classic bullying narcissist. And you've seen them do that. But if they're depleted, then they'll be the vulnerable narcissist. They'll be much more sad. They'll show you that they're weak, that they need you, and you will feel confusion. So the first part of this weapon is to make the target feel confused. Who am I dealing with? The grandiose or the vulnerable one? Is it the vicious or the kind one? Which one of these two personas am I going to be dealing with today? Over and over and over again. So you never know where you are. So you're confused. You're upside down. And then the next thing that they'll do beyond the confusion, which is where the crazy makingness comes from, is they will leverage your pity in them by evoking massive feelings of guilt. These are the ones who give you the sob story. So their weapon comes in a package delivered, but it's only the missile delivery system. It's not the weapon itself. It's not the actual payload of the sob story. The sob story. So you will have a story of them orphaned, abandoned, you know, some terrible tragic background, some operatic level dreadfulness that occurred to them. They're the biggest victim in the room. Don't you feel sorry for them? Well, if you love a person and they've been through pain, you'll feel pity for them. You'll feel sorry for them. That's natural. There's no shame in that. But what they've done is they've turned that good emotion, that standard emotion, and they've used it against the human host. They've gone, there's a weakness here. If I can present with a structure of fragility and I'm cycling through elation and depletion of narcissistic supply, that will confuse the target, so they don't know which version of me that they're actually going to get. Then I can give them my sob story, which is the missile delivery system that delivers the payload. The actual main weapon that's going to drive you completely crazy is you feel sorry for them. You feel sorry for them. And you won't leave them. And you won't kick them out. And you won't draw a hard boundary with them because of the sob story and because it makes you feel guilty. These ones, these vulnerable narcissists, these covert narcissists, these do the most damage, in my humble opinion, just because of the amount of confusion they generate in the host. The amount of confusion they generate in the target is so much, it's so high, it's so intense, and you never know from one day to the next which version of them you're dealing with, and you never really know what the truth of them is. There is, I don't believe, any real closure with a fragile narcissist. A part of you, after the relationship, is always going to wonder if they were really that sad, lonely, desperate victim that they presented themselves as. You remember the cat in Shrek? The cat uses the eyes, oh, I'm so sad, to evoke an emotional response in people. And then when they go, oh, look at the cute kitty, that's when he gets his rapier, his sword out and kills them. So this is how it works. And over time, you will, obviously this is going to be crazy making, because what are you going to do? Well, if you're an essentially good person and you believe that they're a victim and you love them, it's also necessary that you love them, or you need something from them, or you're leaning in. You must be leaning in. All of these narcissistically abusive relationships are a dyad. That means there's two people. There's two. So they're leaning into you, you're leaning into them. We know that this is true because I'll say to people, you need to go no contact. And they go, yeah, I'll go no contact. I'll go no contact. Yeah, totes. Watch the video, mate. It was good. Watch the video, mate. It was a good video, mate, about going no contact. I'm totally going to go no contact. And you go, great. And then they'll message me a week later or a month later and they'll go, you'll never guess what he said to me now. And I'm like, how do you know what he said to you now? Well, I spoke to him. You're no contact, aren't you? Oh, no. Well, I couldn't. The thing is, my 6-year-old cousin, she went on my Instagram, right? No, wait, no. See, yeah, I did block him. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Come on now. No contact means no contact. So it's a dyad. You're leaning into them. I'm not trying to shame you about it, but if we all want to move on with our lives, we've got to be big boys and big girls, put on our big boy pants, put on our big girl pants and say, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm acting like a crazy person. I'm acting in a way that's completely irrational. I'm still contacting this person. Okay, so what do they make you do in Alcoholics Anonymous and in any drug recovery? You have to stand up and go, hi, I'm Richard, and I'm addicted to continuing to make contact with my ex-girlfriend because I can't make the distinction because of the crazy making communication that went on for months and years of who she is. And the thought that I've abandoned somebody who's vulnerable and is now suffering in my abandoning of her is delivering massive loads of pity to her internally, which then manifests as guilt for me to carry. Because sometimes what drives us back is guilt. We feel guilty. Oh, I'll unblock him on WhatsApp. I just don't WhatsApp. I don't really use WhatsApp. Just in case of an emergency. He might have an emergency. Yeah, that's an adult, okay? If he has an emergency, he can call the police. He doesn't need you for emergencies. You're not his mum, okay? Block him and move on with your life. So this is the crazy making weapon that they use. They're leveraging your good nature against you. Over time, it's exhausting. I think covert, fragile, vulnerable narcissists are much more damaging in the long run because the target never really knows. People who stay obsessed for years, trying to diagnose their ex, I think most of you, myself included, have been dealing with what would be classed clinically as a fragile or vulnerable narcissist. And that's why you're driven crazy by the cognitive dissonance of, yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no. And your brain's just giving you like the two different versions of the person. And what you have to do is collapse those two different versions together and say that's one person and they're an adult. The things that they did when they were mean, that's who that person is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and for your attention. There is another video for you that I'd like you to watch right now in this series. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Cheers.
Sound familiar, anyone? Hi, Gail. Sorry if anyone can relate to this because it means you've been through it. This is one of the hardest and worst narcissists there is. See, there's this thing I want to play on the tactics and like their favorite, like they're so textbook, okay? And narcissists say some of the same exact things, and it's wild.
Things that definitely only a covert narcissist would say. I am so familiar with these because I've had to deal with not just one, but two covert narcissists. So by the end of this video, you're going to know what they are too. So make sure you stay tuned and make sure you watch till the end so that you can get them all. Grab your pen, grab your paper so that you can write these down because you're going to want to know what they are too. All right, let's go. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I am a narcissist negotiation expert. I have dealt with them in my law practice. I have dealt with them all along for many years, and I am now dedicating my life and this YouTube channel so that you can also have all the tools, tricks, and resources to go from feeling the drama, trauma, and chaos to having a life of freedom, possibility, and purpose. And if that is something that you want, then you make sure to hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that way you'll have it all too, so that you can feel powerful. All right, so let's talk about the coverts. You know, they're the ones that seem so nice to the rest of the world. I think they're the most dangerous ones because it's like these little teeny things. They're really under the radar that everybody else thinks they are wonderful. They're very good at having this plausible deniability. They're very good at saying things and doing things in a way that can be shifted or taken in a way that, that's not what I meant. I mean, it's almost extremely hard to describe to other people. I mean, even recently, I was at an event. I was the keynote speaker for the event, and somebody was asking me about, you had to deal with a covert narcissist. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I said, yeah. And I said, I had to deal with one in business. Oh, really? What were some of the things that you had to deal with? And I said, I really have a hard time describing it because when I have to describe it, it never sounds all that bad because it's the things that they do are small and they mess with your mind, and it's over time, and it's very abusive over time, and it's death by a thousand cuts, and it's psychological. So I'm going to do these things, and I want you guys to be writing things in the comments if you've seen these things. I really want to know. Okay, so here are a few. It's only because I care about you so much that I say this insert very underhanded put down statement about you. So here's an example. Only because I care about you so much that I'm concerned about how much weight you're putting on, or how much you're drinking, or how much alcohol you're consuming, or something like that, or how much of a slut you're going to look like with that red lipstick on, something like that. It's psychological a lot of times. Many times they say the statement to a third party, and sometimes they do this in advance of the discard to start seed planting, so that when the discard actually happens, they've planted the seed so that they can show that third party that they were right. I'm so concerned about Susie. She's really drinking too much. She really had a lot to drink last night. I'm so concerned about her. So that when the discard happens and the custody battle happens, Susie's an alcoholic. You see how that happens, but it's all under the guise of concern. And that's how the coverts come across through their very deep sense of care and concern. The other thing that they'll do, the other thing that they say is they'll say something that is very innocuous, that ends up being a massive firestorm. I was in the presence of a covert narcissist who was with her stepdaughter. And she happened to say something about how she was with the husband, the father of the child. The stepdaughter was in her 20s. And she said, I've been with your dad for 20 years, whatever it was. And the stepchild got very, very upset because she realized that that meant that she had been with the father before the mother and father had broken up, and was crying and upset. And the covert narcissist was, that was just a mistake. It wasn't my intention. I just said the years wrong. It wasn't my intention to upset her. Obviously, I just said the years wrong. I meant these years. Clearly, it wasn't my intention to upset her. I meant this number of years, obviously. And she obviously knew the number of years, but she had the plausible deniability. It wasn't my intention to. So that's another thing that they say. It wasn't my intention to. They know exactly what they're doing, but they say things like that. And that's why they're so difficult to pin down, because many times they seem so nice and so kind. And these are the people that are out there, that they're humanitarians, they're doing things for the world. They're oftentimes clergy or doctors, and people think, well, obviously it must have been a mistake. It was inadvertent, but you know that it's not. You know that it was absolutely not a mistake. Another thing that they do is they'll say, oh, I must have misunderstood. I said this wrongly, or I must have misunderstood. It's all gaslighting. It's meant to make you crazy, but it's not. Lots and lots of passive aggressive behavior. It's all very, very passive aggressive. Or they might say something like, oh, it must be so nice. It must be so nice to have it like this, something like that. And I do have much more on this in my video called The Covert Passive Aggressive Narcissist, which you are certainly welcome to check out, because I had to deal with two of these in my life, one of which I've been able to cut out completely, thank God. The other one is a family member, so we put up very, very steel boundaries as much as we can. The other thing that they do is they'll do passive aggressive things like, it's fine, it's okay, something like that. Another thing that they'll do is they'll make a comment, and then they'll say, oh, I was just joking, or they'll add ha to the end of the statement, and you know that they weren't necessarily joking. By the way, if you have seen any of these things so far, give me an amen in the comments, or I would love to know what some of the examples are that you guys have seen too. I'm sure you guys have seen many of your own as well. Another one that I've seen personally is they're extremely jealous. So if something good happens to you, they just can barely bring themselves to be happy for you. So they might say, well, congratulations, so good for you. And then when you say, aren't you happy for me? They'll say, yeah, I said congratulations. And you say, well, you don't seem very happy. And you say, your tone didn't seem very happy. And then they act like you're the one who's crazy, you're reading things into it, you are reading tone. They turn it and shift it onto you, like you're the one who's absolutely insane. I said I was really happy for you. I couldn't have said it even better. I warmly congratulated you. You know, so then you just don't even bother. And then you start, maybe you are crazy. Maybe you start to feel guilty. There's all of that as well. But you know, deep down inside that they really didn't seem all that happy for you. Or maybe they do seem jealous, something like that. The other thing that they are very, very good at is they're extremely skillful at saying kind of two things at once, at being able to kind of give a compliment and a put down all at once. It's kind of crazy how good they are at sort of saying something like, your home, your brand new home is so beautiful. Oh, it's too bad it's on the water where you're going to have so many issues with mosquitoes. Or, wow, you've lost so much weight. It's too bad you're going to have so much issue with sagging skin, though, right? What a bummer about that. You know, something like that, or coded language. It's so great about your promotion, but what a bummer about the amount of driving you're gonna have to do, huh? I mean, just, I don't know. They're very, very good. I'm not even as good at even coming up with the examples as they are at it, because they're so good at being able to kind of give you a compliment and also a put down at the same time, and having that plausible deniability, and saying things in a way that their target knows was a put down at the same time. They'll say something, you know, where they can actually say something to you and, oh, what was the name of that again? And that they know was, why wouldn't you remember that, kind of a thing, which you know was meant to be a put down to you. Or they'll bring a gift to you, and you know that that was meant to be a message to you, and to the rest of the world. Oh, that was nice, they brought a gift. And to you, you know that that's a message. Those are the kinds of things that covert narcissists do and say. They are the worst. As many of you know, they're the ones that I disdain and detest the most in a lot of ways. But it also means that there are definitely ways that you can handle them. I've given you lots and lots of ways that you can actually work with them in a very powerful way, as far as negotiating with them as well. Definitely handle them. You can definitely negotiate with them in a powerful way. And the way you start is by getting my free Crush My Negotiation Prep Worksheet. Get that at winmynegotiation.com. Join my free private Facebook group at Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung for sure. And make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. And remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. You can always shift the power dynamic with narcissists. So never give in and never give up. You got this. I'm Rebecca Zung.
Okay, that's all I wanted to play for that. When you catch on to what the narcissist is really doing, that's really when shit goes to hell. Whenever they realize that you know and you could expose them and ruin their life, you know what I mean? But wait, there's more. There's always more. Y'all want to watch more on this? I do got more stuff. Because it's a very interesting one. The covert narcissism is the interesting one for me. And the malignant narcissists, they're fucking dangerous. There's all kinds of different narcissistics. Like I got one set up I'm going to do on financial narcissism, sexual narcissism. I got another one I'm set up for female narcissism. You like Nightbot? Here we got another. Shit. Fuck, what am I doing wrong here? This is just a short clip. It's not very long. Covert narcissists always do these 6 things. Impasse, beware.
Conversations with a narcissist are hard to handle at times, especially when the narcissist isn't aware of how they affect others. Most narcissists are not aware they are narcissists, but they believe this is a normal way to treat others and themselves. When most people think of narcissism, they think of someone who is aggressive, openly egotistical, and controlling. Yes, those are true, but what if they are quiet and can do all of those things at the same time? We know what you are thinking. You can't be a shy narcissist. Yes, you can. These are called covert narcissists. These narcissists are shy and can control people in more passive-aggressive ways. They are not as social and out there, not as charming, and not as bold as other narcissists. They are harder to bond with and form a relationship with. So how can you tell when you've met a covert narcissist? We want to tell you all about it, so watch to the end to look for the key signs of a true covert narcissist. Number 1, they avoid social situations. The one thing that normal narcissists know how to do is to charm people and socialize. They are great at influencing others to be their friend or spouse, or we can call it luring them in. Covert narcissists are the opposite. Coverts have a tendency to avoid social situations. They usually don't show interest in socializing as they find it unnecessary. They can usually make friends when people come up to them and start a conversation, but they avoid making the first move. Covert narcissists also are not as charming as regular narcissists. They won't flatter strangers to get their attention, but they are mostly there to take up a space in the room. These moments of refusal to socialize are usually anxiety-provoking. Coverts usually have high anxiety and social anxiety, and this causes their social skills to shut down. They are emotionally unavailable to others, so they fear conversations because they are afraid people will see them for who they truly are. With their inability to empathize, they seek out others who appear to be like them. How does that saying go? Birds of a feather flock together? That typically describes covert narcissists. Covert narcissists will usually socialize with someone who does not have emotional baggage with them. It helps them feel more comfortable in this stressful situation. This is not saying that coverts will never socialize, which they will, but it's rare. Number 2, they get depressed frequently. It can be hard to imagine someone who has just a high standard of themselves getting depressed or sinking into a self-loathing pity party. It does happen though. Many covert narcissists have such unrealistic expectations of themselves that they can find themselves in a depressive state if the goals are not met. They fear failure, and for anyone to see that failure as well. Covert narcissists do not take confrontation too well and can become depressed if they feel like someone can see who they really are. They are scared for people to see that they do not empathize with others like normal people do. They don't want to appear weird or different. They become frustrated with themselves really easily, and they start to believe that they have it so much worse than others do. Even though they are narcissists, covert narcissists can form suicidal thoughts if they are pushed enough, or if someone picks up on who they really are. This can be tough to see in a narcissist because they like to appear as well put together as possible, but they find themselves drowning at times. Number 3, they ruin all kinds of relationships. Whether the relationship is with a friend, a colleague, an intimate partner, or family member, they have a tendency to ruin a relationship that is important to the other person. Covert narcissists have an unrealistic sense of themselves, which means they have a hard time finding someone good enough to meet their standards. Some coverts will not even attempt to find a partner, but they will find people to fill the temporary voids and needs they have, then move on to someone else. They have a difficult time connecting to others because they lack basic social skills. Their anxiety can ruin these small friendships they have, or if they do happen to find a person they really care about. The difference between covert narcissists and other forms of narcissism is that coverts will not try to pretend to care about a person to lure them in. They will just express their true feelings as is. They believe their needs are superior to others around them. They will always act with this behavior because they believe the other side of the relationship is just temporary. You will see coverts also having problems in relationships because they have difficulty praising and complimenting their partners or friends. If someone wins an award, the covert will see them as better. The covert will not want someone better than them around them, so they do not acknowledge their award. Instead, they may just tell them how to improve next time to satisfy their ego or simply ignore the situation. By the way, make sure to subscribe if you've learned something new today. Number 4, they act with passive-aggressive behavior. The thing about coverts is that they are not directly aggressive like other forms of narcissism. They are usually quieter and do not get physically or verbally aggressive. They will engage in passive-aggressive behavior. Many covert narcissists do not take the time to get to know you. They see this as a way of telling you that they do not care about you. They won't come out and directly say they are uninterested and hurt your feelings, but it gives them pleasure in knowing that you care more than they do. Another way they engage in passive-aggressive behavior is they won't stand up for people negatively talking about friends or family. They will sit back and allow the situation to happen. When questioned why they don't stick up for them, they will usually reply with phrases like, "I'm not getting involved," or "I didn't know you wanted me to say something." Things like that are some of the covert narcissists' favorite catchphrases. They will also start a fight, maybe not directly, but through manipulation tactics. On somebody else's birthday when attention isn't centered on them. This can be a normal occurrence, and when the other person confronts them, the covert narcissist will become depressed and turn their attention away from the confrontation. Another thing covert narcissists always do to be passive-aggressive is forget important events and dates on purpose. They see these dates and events that are so important to someone else as something bigger and better than them, and they do not like that. So, rather than just pretending like they did not hear the person, they will acknowledge it, then when the time gets closer to the event, they will make it a big deal that they forgot. They want the other person to feel less important and hurt. Number 5, impolite body language. Most people think of narcissists as verbally and sometimes physically aggressive when pushed enough, but that is not always the case. Covert narcissists can engage in impolite body behavior. This can tie into passive-aggressive behavior. They make gestures such as yawning when someone is telling a story about themselves when they are clearly not tired. They yawn to show their story is irrelevant to them. The other person is not important enough to stay alert for. Most people want someone to listen and look at them while they tell a story, and yawning always indicates uninterested behavior. Covert narcissists roll their eyes too when they hear something that annoys them. If they do not agree with what someone says, instead of discussing what they don't like or just moving on, they roll their eyes to indicate their true feelings. Another way coverts tell others they do not care about them is turning away and focusing on another task when someone is talking. It is usually polite to stop what you're doing and give them your full attention to show them you care and listen. Coverts will want the person to know that they could be doing something else more important than sitting and listening to someone else talk. It creates a sense of power in the conversation. It can get the other person to stop talking, so it can allow the covert narcissist to start talking about themselves. Number 6, they say these common catchphrases. Many covert narcissists say a lot of these same catchphrases. The phrases are usually small and simple, but with many meanings. Some covert narcissists' favorite catchphrases include, "Don't get upset over nothing. Don't be so sensitive. I was just joking, calm down. You misunderstood me. I didn't hurt you, you hurt yourself." These phrases, along with others, are just some of the common ones used by covert narcissists to initiate gaslighting. These narcissists want the other person to believe they caused these emotions, not the narcissist. The victim will many times hear these catchphrases and start to believe that they may have done it to themselves. The covert narcissist will say all of this in a calm, non-angry tone, which will make the person believe they are overreacting if they get angry and loud. The coverts use these phrases commonly to upset people more than anything. They want to upset them. Their goal is to make the other person feel bad about themselves. The phrases are intended to send mixed messages and make the person think the worst of what the words mean. The covert narcissist wants you to think the worst of yourself and question everything you do. If you notice, some of the phrases focus on the person harming themselves. The covert narcissist will want to deflect the problem from them and make people believe the victim is doing it all to themselves. And the narcissist is trying to help them. In reality, the narcissist is breaking them down more and more every day. And if you liked this video, then check out these other related videos to see more. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," and we will personally reply to your comment.
When you first start learning about covert narcissism and realize that it relates very much to a relationship you were just in, something really interesting happens. First, of course, you feel very validated. It's like you're reading your entire relationship all over the internet. And then you're like, well, wait a second. This person had a lot of weird habits, and how many of them had to do with narcissism? There's the obvious ones, like cheating and gaslighting and all that good stuff. But then there's the weird ones that you're just like, I wonder. If you've ever questioned any of those weird habits, hit that like button so I know I'm not alone. And we're going to jump into the 6 weird habits of a covert narcissist. Welcome to the Common Ego community. My name is Christina, and today we're going to talk about the weird habits of a covert narcissist. They have some weird habits, don't they? Now, before we jump into it, real quick, I just want to say that this is not a video that's going to help you identify a covert narcissist. So you can look at these traits and maybe you'll identify with all of them or one of them or maybe none of them. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not dealing with a covert narcissist. On the flip side, if somebody you're with exhibits 1 or 2 of these, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a covert narcissist. So these aren't defining traits. They're just sort of weird habits that are common for the covert narcissist. And I think you might be able to relate to at least one of them, but go ahead and watch till the end and let me know. All right, so let's jump in. Number 1, this one's really common. And you can see how the disorder drives the habit. So they get bored easily, and not just with their partners. They don't always like to sit around and do nothing, and they like to get shiny new things, but they get bored with them very quickly. So they might get obsessed about getting a new phone or a new car. And the first week they have it, maybe even the first couple of days, they're obsessed with it and it's the best thing in the world. And then before too long, they're looking at getting the next thing. They stop taking care of the old thing because they're already on to the next. And it makes complete sense because that's how they treat people too. So number 2 is the covert narcissist. Many of them don't have a sense of humor. This could present in a couple of different ways. So the covert narcissist is much more likely to be socially awkward than the overt narcissist. So they could just be socially awkward and maybe they don't get jokes, or maybe their sense of humor is really just lacking. And so you'll find that across the board when they're out with other people or when they're with you, they kind of just don't get the joke. And other covert narcissists, I guess the ones that are a little bit more social, will seem to get the joke with friends and they'll laugh when a friend tells a joke, but you could tell the same joke and you will get a stone-faced reply. But what's interesting about that is that if you think about yourself, what's funny is funny, but it kind of gives you an indication that the covert narcissist might be faking their sense of humor with their friends. Okay, so number 3, the covert narcissist is likely to be a very private person. So they will keep things from you, and I'm sure that you've uncovered that already. They will also keep friends and family at a safe distance. And it kind of makes sense because the covert narcissist is a little bit more insecure, outwardly insecure, than the overt narcissist. And most of them really can't handle having their friends and family take a front row seat to the abuse that's going on behind the scenes. So they'll keep them at a distance. Now, some of them also have parents who dote on them when they are together, but again, it's common for that covert narcissist to keep the friends and family, even that doting parent, at arm's length. Still in their lives, but just not close enough so that they could be abused or see the abuse that's going on. Okay, number 4, they're likely to talk smack about their friends. And this is something that you'll probably notice pretty early on. They might encounter a really, really good friend that they spend a whole lot of time with. And that person, as soon as they leave the room, they're telling you all that person's dirty little secrets and why that person is unstable and all kinds of things. It leaves you to wonder how they're actually even friends at all. Now, not all covert narcissists do this, and some only do it with certain people. And the reason why those who do it is because they're kind of making a case against the people who are close to them. So if those people were to ever expose the narcissist, then they've already started disparaging that person. So it's a little bit easier to make that transition with their group of flying monkeys. Number 5 is a porn addiction. And not all covert narcissists have one. And it's more common for men than women, but it could go either way. So you may find porn on their computer and a lot of it, or they may be out in the open about it. And it's constant, it's an obsession, almost like an addiction. And you'll find with the male covert narcissist, sometimes they'll even develop a form of erectile dysfunction as a result of their porn addiction. Okay, so number 6 is also incredibly common. Covert narcissists tend to have a weird relationship with sex. So either they'll use it as a form of control or they'll seem to be completely addicted to it. So if they're using it as control, they may withhold in an effort to get you to change your behavior. Or if they're at the opposite end of the spectrum, I mean, obviously you'll know. But one of the things that you'll notice is that there's no time that's off limits. You could be grieving the loss of a loved one. And there you are trying to manage the covert narcissist's needs and trying to avoid the tantrum that's going to come when you say no. So that's all I've got for now, but I know you have more. So let me know in the comments, what weird habits did the covert narcissist in your life exhibit? If you like this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. And if you want to see more like it, be sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post new videos. And I will see you next time.
Anybody learn anything? Except for that Frank's not a narcissist. Yeah, we had a birthday party earlier for him, a little one. He wouldn't let us send him gifts. Me and Allie tried, and no, he won't let us. You gotta at least let me send you some A1 sauce, bro, for your steak, please. At least let me send you a bottle of that to try. Look, talking about my erectile issues with my wiener. You're just mad because my wiener's bigger than yours. I don't know what you're saying yes to, Allie, but because this chat is so, it lags. I hate it. After dark, tell him to let me send him a bottle of A1 sauce. He won't let me send him shit. I know that's how I got my name, Candy Boobs. After dark. Oh yeah, A1 sauce, Ellie. Yes, it's the best. I had some last night. We went to a steakhouse. Oh, it was so good. Hey, my little wiener, she brings blood. Does your wiener bring blood? When she bites me, she eats me alive. I can't handle it. Right after, like, it's just fucking A1 sauce. He's like, no, I don't want any gifts. No. Yes, come on, Birmingham. Wacky Tacky, aw. Frank, let Wacky Tacky do you a painting. That would kind of be awesome to send it to A1. I bet it's not the same as American A1 sauce, even though the same name. I bet they ain't the same. Because I've seen so many people, I don't know. Because you said you couldn't get it. That's what you told me. But then I'm going to send you a box of pencils. Let me fucking send you something, bro, please. You do a lot for me. Let me show you some appreciation. My love language is gift giving, and you're fucking it up. Let me send the damn box. I'm not going to dox you. Hell, you'll have my address then when you get the damn box. I trust you, bro. Don't really care if people will find out anything about me. I don't give a fuck. I'll own up to everything I've done in my life. I bet Wacky, yeah, that would be interesting. Yes, Gail, A1 is the best. I fucking love A1 sauce. I love it. Oh, you want my package? Yeah, Frank. You want my package. While holding an A1 bottle. Yes! That would be perfect, Wacky Tacky. And a squirrel sitting on his shoulder. That would be so cute. Oh my god, yes. Put him a cute little hat on. Like one of those French hats. I agree, Gail. I can't eat a steak without A1. I had it last night. It was fucking, I love it. I drench it in it. I love it. And I dip my bread in it. Yes, Wacky Tacky. A1 and a squirrel somehow on it. And he's got to have a real fancy hat, French hat. Look, have him holding the A1 like it would be him holding a cigarette. You know what I mean? Or something. Make it like that. Because he wants to be one of them French girls. Oh my God. That would be amazing. Frank, please. I got a sweet potato last night. I love sweet potatoes. But if I get a baked potato, yes, I put it on my baked potato. I sure do, Gil. I love it too. I love A1 sauce. It's so good. And it's so expensive though, but expensive for me because whenever I use it, I use probably half a damn bottle. I love it. I love dipping my bread in it though. It's so good with bread. It's good with everything. Ain't nothing top A1. That's the best steak sauce, hands down for me. I don't like that Heinz 57. I don't like that shit. That's nasty. I don't like no knockoff A1. I can tell the difference because of my A1 snob. See, I like mine extra well done, Gail. I like mine like leather. My steak has to be like leather. My man gets so mad at me because he cooks it. He orders his medium rare, and I order mine extra well done. And he's like, "Fuck, here we go." And they always fuck his steak up because mine takes so long. And by the time mine's done, his is starting to turn like medium. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I like my steak burnt. I tell them burn it. Just burn it. Burn the outside of it. It's perfect. I love the burnt part of it. Like Texas Roadhouse is my favorite steakhouse. We didn't go there last night, but I wish we did. That's where I wanted to go. But it's my favorite steakhouse. They have this steak. It's called Roadkill, and it's a chopped sirloin. It's chopped steak, you know, like a hamburger. Oh my God, get that extra well done. I'm telling you, I love it. It's so good. I love beef. Where's the beef? Right. Yes. After dark. I absolutely agree. Man, I don't want my I don't want my steak walking off my plate. No. I can't do no pink, no blood. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I've had people say, "Oh, A1 runs your steak." No, it don't. I love it. Frank, you want to come up a minute? Just to talk, because I got a few things I need to. I'm still going to be talking, y'all, but I can't look at chat. Y'all know me, and I'm doing my housework. Laundry. I do laundry every day. Because I have a really small washer and dryer. But hey, it gets the job done. Oh, shit. Oh, there he is. Hi. Thank you. What's the red stuff then? What do you mean? Hold on.
Knuckle steak.
Ribs. Hey, Gail, I love baby back ribs. I don't like barbecue sauce on them. I like them dry. I love baby back ribs. Me too, Gail. I like steak and ribs. I do. That's actually what I wanted last night, but they didn't have, or they did. They had ribs, but they were really fucking expensive. It was like $20 for half a rack, Gail. I was like, no fucking way. No. No, so I got me a little sirloin. I ain't paying that. $20 for half a rack. Give me a fucking rack. I
You're
paid
really
$20.
robotic.
I'm robotic. I think it was you. I know, girl, that's expensive. Because that's what I was going to order. And, no. Outback has some of the best baby back ribs. There was this rib place back home. I can't remember the name of it. They were good. No, baby back's like pork, but
Meat market.
like Missouri,
My
I don't know,
cousin's
they're
all
different kind of rib. Do I?
You're really robotic.
How do I? Robotic to you? Am I robotic to you or to me?
Whoa. Try again.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Is it going?
No, it's not now. Yeah, my uncles all sell meat. They've all got like meat wagons.
Hold on.
I can't hear a word you're saying. It's all like roboty. I sound sleepy after that. Well, it's like it's midnight. I've had 2 hours sleep. I've been at work all day. I've been doing bits of work now. I don't think I want to be done. I'm doing long nights for weeks, I think.
Good now, Tammy, or am I still robotic? Frank? Frank?
Yeah, you're all right now.
Hey, look, I got an email earlier.
Yeah, you're
from
all right now.
I'm talking to you. I'm telling you something. YouTube.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Remember
I can't
whenever
hear
me
you.
and you got kicked off stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it, you.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but then when you start talking like your sentence, it goes robotic.
Tammy said I'm sound good now.
Yeah, go on. When we got kicked off the stream.
Yeah, well, that happened to everybody. Everybody that was on YouTube Live at that time, everybody got kicked off. And they sent an email out about it. Ain't that
Yeah,
crazy?
someone was saying that StreamYard's been playing up and they can't share the screen and that. That was earlier today.
Yeah, it made me. Hold on, I'll get a screenshot and show you.
No, it's all right. I believe you.
No, I'm just going to show that. Oh, it's for StreamYard, but StreamYard. Bad.
Gail, I didn't get one. It's just the creator that gets one.
Well, yeah, I got kicked. And I was like, what the? And Frank was still up there when I came back. But as soon as I got back on panel, Frank got kicked off. And I was like, what the fuck? And then someone else got it, and then I got the email. Can you hear my?
Yeah, you're definitely robotic.
Look, hold on a minute.
It is better now, isn't it? After dark, just boobs. Thank you. Hmm. Don't worry, Sammy, I got rid of her. I won't play these games.
Can you hear me now?
Hear me now.
Hello, Frank.
Yeah.
Am I breaking up now?
No, you're all right now.
Can you hear my dryer in the background?
Yeah, that doesn't sound robotic. Well, it does.
Can you hear my dryer though?
Yeah, you know what you need to do? You need to, you go onto your history on your computer and just wipe it.
I don't know how to do that.
You've got to be able to go onto your history and then it'll say clear history and then it'll come up options. The only one you want to keep is passwords. It'll say something about passwords.
Tammy, after dark, can y'all hear me good?
Yeah. I ain't seen no comic. Sat on my bed.
Thank you, After Dark Love. I don't forgot what I'm talking about.
You gone robotic again?
Am I really?
Yeah.
What the? I don't know what's wrong, Dan. Like internet connection?
No, I think it's you need to wipe your history. Remember, I was having trouble that day, and then I wiped my history, come back on, and I had no history. Google it.
It says recent items. I need a clear menu, right?
Yeah, you sound like Tammy's saying. You sound clear. Then you start talking a sentence, and you go all robotic. Like, am I clear? Yes. Whoa, what was that? I'm getting old. 32 seems to be the new 42. Yeah, Wacky, we can't show that
I'm
anymore.
working on it, y'all.
We can't show the murder weapon anymore. Stop with the comic. It's Nightbot's problem, man. Nothing but nice to him. Brought him new batteries. You should paint him, Wacky. I'll have a look for you. You need to... Cotton, did you get an email after dark?
Oh no, I haven't looked.
I just met the other day
Can you
because
hear
she said she
me?
was going to email you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm trying to figure out
Got robotic again.
on here.
Have you got a microphone? Do you want me to send you a microphone?
I don't know how to use it.
after dark, I'll find a way of getting your email and. Yeah, but I meant so I could get your email so you don't have to put it on the in the stream. No, I don't drink Starbucks. Costa coffee's enough. £10 for a piece of carrot cake and coffee.
Okay.
I'm really tight with money. I am. That's how I've got so much. Ooh. Costa's all right.
Where do I find this stuff?
It should be on your like top right hand corner of your internet. On your internet browser, you press it. Like I've got 3 dots. And then it'll say history. You press on that and it should say clear data.
Okay.
Okay. Do I drink Starbucks? Do you think I made of money, Tammy? Where I live, you don't have things like that. Can't afford it. Costa's it's from Costa Rica.
I found it right now.
No, you're not.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I was only asking about Starbucks because I heard in England it's horrible. Yeah, we got Costa. Look, you can go in a supermarket. You live in the hood, for kinda, kinda. Rest of us will take you down the cut.
Hey, can you hear
What?
me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Better?
yeah.
Can you hear me in the full sentence without me looking up?
Nope.
Hang on to me. What is up with
I'm
my?
not.
I don't know what's up with. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
You can go to Tim Hortons and buy a box of coffee, and it's like a kettle made out of cardboard. I kind of live in the hood. I'll be serious. Listen, we found a World War II bomb. We didn't send it off to a museum. We painted it. Painted it, and now it's like the town's mascot.
I'm not any better.
Listen, you sound all right, and then as soon as I said to you, you sound all right, you go. Yeah, it's expensive. Not many people go there, Wacky, to be fair. Sort of. I ordered a cheese toasty from there. Like you call it a grilled cheese, don't you? A grilled cheese. And I got half a sandwich. I was like, what the heck is this? I'm ringing them up and they're like, oh, it's just standard. It's how it comes. I was like, where's your half a sandwich? Oh, I was going to let you up.
Hola. Any better?
Oh, God. Yeah, that's loud.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Ah, ¿qué pasa?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I hear helicopters about my house now. I can't hear you, you're robotic.
Really?
Just type in back chat what you want to say and I'll tell everyone. Uh, Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons. We have TJ Maxx as well, but we call it TK Maxx. I think, I don't know, I haven't been up Merry Hill for a very long time. The hood kids scare me. See, after dark, McDonald's that is the loyalty cards. I don't really get loyalty cards anywhere else around where I live. You do, but then like, oh, that's out of date. Like, do you mean it's out of date? You just took his. Like, one free coffee a day. I've never been to Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think we've got one. We've got another donut thing. I don't eat donuts and things like that. You get a big tray. I know it's an American thing. And like, you get to Tesco and they've got like a little section and then freshly made there. Ooh, suits you. There's only so many times I can pay £2.50 for a coffee though. If I'm going into work, you know what, cost is all right because the size of the cup's all right. You're not missing out on anything, Tammy. I'm telling you, honestly. You get like 5 of them fries that are like waffles. You get 5 of them. Your burger's like a kid's meal burger. It's just a Robert. They like Robert, but I tell you what's nice. They do strawberry lemonade, which makes no sense because it's strawberry.
Can you hear me?
What?
Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amor?
See, you speak in Spanish, Sam.
Yeah, I know a little Spanish. That what happened?
Ah, ¿qué pasa?
That work that came from Mexico, the
¿Qué es usted?
H-2B2 workers. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I have no idea. I have no idea what you just said, but qu'est-ce que c'est?
Ricky Padejo.
I can't hear you because you're breaking up. Tim Hortons isn't that Justin Bieber's company? I have no idea. I don't follow celebrities like that. Ali Starbucks sucks. He probably stuck behind the back of there and all. He didn't. I'll get some Costa. I'll send it in your package. Do you drink filtered coffee at home, Cotton?
No,
Hello?
no.
Yeah, they don't do instant coffee. My sister makes it with a towel. Do you want a coffee? I'm like, yeah, go on then. She's squeezing a towel. I'm like, what are you doing? I'll just have a beer. I drink a lot of Dunkin'. They're my friends up there. I do like Costa, but when you're sitting in there, it's just £10 for a coffee and a cake. It's who are they fooling? Who are they fooling? And there's no Starbucks. In fact, there is. There's one in Dudley, a little tiny one in what would you retail park? I don't know why they call it a retail park. It's all like cinema and things like that. I like tea and I love homemade sweet tea. What is sweet tea? Is that like Lipton iced tea? I don't know. What else do we have? See, I like you get like these coffee shops, and you can go in and you can have like a panini, cheese and bacon panini, and it's like 150. That I like. You go into Starbucks, not Starbucks, Costa, and you get one slice of bacon on your panini, and you're paying £4. Ain't having it. Sweet cheese like water. Oh, looks like it's my channel now. Well, it was always going to happen eventually. I'm trying to get points before they go double in a few weeks. Double? I like sweet. What's going on with the chat? I like sweet tea now since the Pano soda. Yeah, I seen you say that earlier, Wacky, to be fair. Sweet tea is pretty much put in a cup of tea in the fridge and sweeten it however you like. So it's Lipton iced tea then. What's Cotton gone? Oh dear. If you buy one on a Friday when they have offers, you can get one free. I don't need 2 coffees.
Hola.
Hola. ¿Qué
Can you
pasa?
hear me better? Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yes, better.
For now,
Oh,
anyway.
didn't matter. Yeah, you can hear you now.
I'm not cutting up at all.
No, you're not.
All right. I went and set my Wi-Fi router. I had to I reset it, and I get probably what it is. The only thing I could think of, you know.
We're apparently talking about coffee now, and it's not my fault. It's these guys.
I used to be a coffee holic, like for years and years. I drank it all day, every day, and now as I got older, I haven't had coffee, and I don't know when.
See you later, Wacky. It's like Lipton iced tea. You just said you get a tea bag, you make your tea, put it in the fridge with like whatever you want to make it sweet, fruit, like lemons.
I love sweet tea. I don't like no lemon in it. I just like sugar.
Oh,
I love sweet tea.
No.
Fresh
I can't
brewed.
really stand.
I make mine on the
tea.
stove. I boil mine on a stove and tea bags, and I love sweet tea.
My mum does that, you know. You've got one of those kettles you put on the stove.
No, I put mine in like a pan you would cook macaroni and cheese in.
She done that. I had to go and buy her one. She's like, oh, I like cooking it on the hob though. Brought her a new kettle. No, I don't want it. So I went and
No, I
bought her
don't
one
want
that
no
you put on the
kettle.
hob. She loves
I
it.
make like a whole gallon pitcher of tea, not a fucking little cuppa. We make gallons. I remember back when I was a kid, my mom, she used to make sun tea. I remember that. She'd set it out in the hot sun and so good.
I just don't understand what your obsession is with tea. I can't stand the stuff.
Did I explain it to your liking, Tammy? I really didn't know what y'all were talking about because I was trying to fix my damn internet. But you got to put the sugar in it while it's hot. I'll take my key. I'll put like 10 tea bags or whatever, maybe more. Hang them around the side of my kettle. boil them, pour it in there. Then I'll boil a little bit more water with the same tea bags, because there's still a little tea left in it because I like mine a little strong. Put it in there. Then my sugar while it's hot. Then I'll add my water. And
I
bam.
only tried Kool-Aid a couple of years back.
Kool-Aid. I can make some bomb Kool-Aid too. I can make ghetto Kool-Aid.
I
That's
went,
what they call it around
I
here.
went with this guy, and
All you gotta do is
he
add a
pulled
lot
out
of
this
sugar.
sachet. He pulled out this sachet and he poured it in, and he made the glass, but he hadn't added no sugar. And he was like, "That's yours, Frank." But he didn't say that he hadn't put sugar in it, and he'd walked off to go and get the sugar from the reception because we was in a hotel. I was working away, and I downed it, and I was like, my mouth went tiny. He come back. He was like, "Where's that?" He goes, "You ain't drunk now." I was like, "I have."
Oh, after dark, you've never had Kool-Aid?
I'll tell
Oh,
you
we're
where to
gonna
get
have
it
to.
from after a while.
We're going to.
You know when you
We're
get to
going to
the,
get her some American Kool-Aid,
if you go to
and I'll tell
a
you how to make it.
a hair product shop that's run by a black woman, they will have Kool-Aid.
I agree. And that's not being some type of way. That's the truth, though. Be like, hey, have you ever heard of
Yeah, that's
Kool-Aid? Or
true. I mean, he took me when we got back because we used to go to this pub and have a meal like, on the Friday, me and him. And I was like, "Where can I get some of that Kool-Aid?" And he took me into his hair product shop, and I was like, "We're not getting our hairs done." And he said it to the woman, and like she looked round like and pulled it from under the till like it was drunk.
Allie, hey Allie, it looks like we're gonna have to get after dark a box together too of American stuff. Frank, you're gonna let us get you. Come on, just one box, please. And
How are you
Wacky
gonna get
Tacky
my address?
wants, huh?
How are you gonna get my address?
You're gonna give it to me.
I'll give it to you once before. I had to quickly delete it. I was like, "Oh, what have I done?"
I didn't even see it. I'm not like that, man. I'm not gonna dox you. I don't play that shit.
I'm not bothered about that. Anyway, if you actually go and watch lives that I've been on, I've told people
Look,
my address when they threaten to dox
look.
me, and I'm like, "Yeah, my address is."
Back in my old days, I will admit I have doxed people, but fuck
Tasty.
all that. But I wouldn't now. No, never. But that was back whenever I was fucking childish and bullshit. But I got
You
Allie's
were the number.
address.
Oh, let's dox her.
No, I would never. I would never. Allie's got my information. I mean, she ain't got my address, I don't think. Which I wouldn't. I would trust her with it. Alex Erickson has my address, my name and stuff, because I buy a tie-dye from her. She's mad at me, though, but that's okay.
Yeah, after dark, did you ever have an ice cream van when you was a kid that used to sell cigarettes? You used to get your cigarettes and weed from him. My dad used to go, "You're always going to that ice cream man and never coming back with an ice cream." I was like, "You didn't have what I wanted." I trust Cotton. Oh, what's this in the back chat? Ali lives there.
Nope. He's lying, Allie. Come up here. You can see, baby girl. You can come up on your own.
No, she can't.
You can see
No, she
it.
can't. If she comes up, it'll we can see, but she can only see what's there from when she comes up. Those were the
That's
good
good to
old
know.
days.
That's good to know because I always worry about people coming up, and we
Yeah,
talking
I've
about
said a few
personal
things.
stuff. And
I've said a few things in back chats, and then people have come up on the panel, and I'm like, "Oh." I remember I was on panel once. I was talking to someone in the back chat. I forgot there was
Tammy
other
Ayo,
people on the panel.
Tammy Ayo, I've dyed my hair with Kool-Aid when I was younger. I've done that. Yes, I've done that. Blue.
Yeah, with Kool-Aid. I am trying
Yeah,
that tomorrow.
you can dye your hair with Kool-Aid. It works. Make it like a paste and put on there, and yeah.
Well, I never. Ali dyes her hair with Kool-Aid now.
Yeah, Allie, just like for Allie, for example, I have a whole ass business outside of here. Allie knows that for a fact. And I'm not going to advertise it on here because then motherfuckers are going to come at me and all that, and they're not going to fuck with me. I got a real business. People don't realize that. Allie knows it because she's a customer. And it really sucks that I can't share it with my people because, no, fuck that.
Can we dye your hair? I'll have to grow some first. Can we dye it? My sisters used to love dyeing my hair when I was a kid. They was like, Frank will let us dye his hair. And I used to highlight my hair. I remember the once they dyed my hair and it come out bright ginger, and I loved it. I did. Everyone was like, what was he? Oh, you look stupid. I said, I like it. You knew I was bald, yeah? I mean, I shaved my hair because I work in concrete.
I'm snuggling my
Karma.
wiener.
You get that in your hair, trust me, it ain't good. It does suck having a business, stocks. Oh, okay.
I know, Allie, it sucks. It does. And I'm not going to put myself out there like that. Jane, I don't give a fuck what you say about me, for real. Say whatever you want about me.
Sound like a bald boy.
But just make sure it's the truth.
What's Arctic Fox? Is in the creator?
No, Arctic Fox's hair dye, like purple, blue.
Oh.
Cher uses it for her hair. I got a bottle of it actually in my cabinet, purple, a light purple, because I got blonde hair. And sometimes I'll take like a really light purple dye and it'll help tone my hair out.
Yeah, if you're on about the creator, me and him had a little war the once. The guy was telling me that, what was it? Prince Andrew killed the Princess Diana. I was like, you're just being stupid. And oh my God, he started coming at me on Twitter. And I was like, link your source. And he's going, I don't need to tell you my source. And I kept putting pictures of ketchup and saying, there's your source.
Well, I'm going to get you some A1 sauce.
I can go and buy, if I want to, I'll go and buy it tomorrow and take a picture and show it you.
I want you to, hey, how about this? Let me send you a bottle and you buy a bottle from where you're from and see if you can tell a difference.
It's the same, they import it. That's why it's so expensive. Trust me, they've got a world crude oil and it's just...
Okay,
it's
Frank,
like
hush a minute. Hey, after dark, would you want to do that for me? Would you test out the A1 sauces for me? I would send you a bottle and you buy a bottle where you're from and test them and see if you can tell a difference. Now you can speak, Frank. I will unmute you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I couldn't unmute myself. Tammy, if you're on about Diana now, I think it's... Yeah, she was treated bad by the royal family and that, but I don't think anyone set out to kill her or anything like that. I think it was just the emergency services didn't take her seriously that night. She was fine when she was took out the car, and there must have been Frank, an internal injury. Yeah, she's a grifter. She's over here grifting, grifting the source.
Well, you must be grifting. You're over in her channel grifting to get her over here.
I didn't.
We're grifters. It's like Oprah. We're hitting out. You're a grifter. You're a grifter. We're all fucking grifters. No, I'm not a grifter.
Excuse me. I never mentioned you to After Dark. She found you because she actually pays attention to my community wall.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hush.
Hush. Don't you speak ill of the Queen. She's dead. I really miss her. I miss like them having her on the news saying like, oh, the Queen's going to say something about this. Now they're just like, well, Charles is down the pub.
How old was she when she died?
97, I think. 95, 97, I can't remember.
Oh
I
wow.
know she had a 95th birthday because Charles
Aw.
called her mummy.
She's a big deal in America too. People love her.
I was upset, Tammy. I'm going to be straight. Just call me Kryptonite. Tiffany's over here stealing content.
Tiff, no. Hey Tiff,
She's
love, how you doing,
haunting
baby?
Harry. I love that Charles called her mummy. It'd never been done in the history of the royal family to publicly not call her Your Majesty, and he says Your Majesty, mummy, and her face was like, oh. I didn't say that. I agree with that. I didn't say that after dark. I didn't agree with the wedding, but everyone else can get married again, so why can't he?
Why can't I marry somebody famous? Fuck. I just want a mansion.
You don't.
Yeah,
My
I
old
do.
house is a sale. Oh, it's a 7-bedroom. I want to go. Oh, I went past it today, and I was like, I was in a rush to get this planning in, and I missed the office was shut. So, and I seen it was up for sale.
Oh hell. Hell's bells.
There's not more to the story. What happened? I'm telling you now. What's it called? There you are. You want a topic? There's your topic
Well,
after dark.
well, maybe she wants to hear a woman talk about it.
No, but she said she was looking for a topic. These want to hear the topic. I mean, these want to hear about that, her opinion on that. So they can all subscribe to her, and she can do that as a next topic.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Yes. That's a good idea. Yes.
And I can go on panel if she wants, and I can be her opposing side.
Oh
and
God,
put up the weapon.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
And put up the murder weapon.
Man, don't, because you'll fucking get your video took down. Like, down.
Why can't I just marry someone? Potato Angelina. I'm sorry, Angela has had like 700.
Oh, dear.
I'm too tired for this.
Husbands are overrated, honey. They really are.
No, listen, Tammy Ayo, I've followed that case very well. The paramedics stopped for half an hour that she was in. They stopped for half an hour. And then there was no urgency to get to the hospital. They drove slow. We'll after dark get in trouble. Are you guys allowed to talk about the royals? Me and Kingy go way back. I've met him. I have actually met him. I've got his autograph and everything.
Tammy Ayo, I love that you're over here. I do. Because I think, she's been over at Shares ever since I have, pretty much. I remember, Tammy's way back. And it's cool to have somebody like that over here, I love it. Tammy's good people.
Who was there when I went on Shares panel? And I was like, she was talking about clip channels attacking her and that, and I was like, clip me. There was another guy on the panel. I don't even know who it was.
Was that tonight that you went up and I wasn't there?
Oh, after dogs. Look, she's over here telling tattletales now. It's my 2-year anniversary on Shares channel. Oh.
Oh yeah, you've been around a while then. See, I've been around 3 years, I believe, because I've got my membership badge is almost 2 years, and I was there way longer before that, and that's how I can kind of keep up with it. I think it was 2018 or 19 whenever she was covering the Chris Watts case, because she was the first person I went to on YouTube for Chris Watts case. Whenever she started covering it, that's when I was there. Because I was in her Facebook group. I am too. It's my channel, and I'm talking.
Okay.
Okay, your turn.
So, basically, after dark, drop your link. So, so people can subscribe, and then that can be your topic. You can do a royal family live, and you get the riffraff from here.
Yeah, Allie, it was 2018, but I don't remember. I think Cher was covering it from the beginning on YouTube. I can't remember, but I was following it in Facebook too when it very first started, when she was missing, before they even found them. That's how I started following it, was Facebook. And then I got into YouTube. I seen people talking about it on YouTube, posting videos. I'm like, YouTube? So I come over here, and that's how I got over here. And
Wow, I never suspected that at all.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Told after Dr. Drop a link, she disappeared. I think that'd be a good live for her.
It would. I agree. To hear a woman's perspective in her channel, and yes, we totally support
Okay,
her.
Tammy, you're coming on a little strong now. I was on maternity. You was always on maternity, you dirty bag.
Oh, Allie, that hat. Oh, it was horrible, wasn't it, man? That case got me. I couldn't get off fucking Watts Island. It took me like 3 years to get off of it, and I never go back. And it blows my mind. People are still talking about it.
2 minutes.
Almost 5 years later. Yeah, get you a live going after dark. All of us will share you out. We'll get there, and I like having right now we got 15 people. I know as lurkers because we usually have 11s are normal, and I'm very happy with that. People like, oh, she's trying to grow her channel. No, I'm not. Set the fuck down. I am trying to grow my channel, but with real stuff, not fucking bullshit. I would never try. Frank knows that. He knows I'm not trying to fucking do it the wrong way. Fuck out of here. Frank's on mute, and I don't know why. Oh, okay, because he's copying a link. I get it. I was talking to you, and you wasn't even here.
He wasn't talking about me, talking to me.
Yeah, I was. I asked the chat if I wasn't talking to you about me trying to grow my channel the right way and stuff. You know that. You know I'm not trying to be dirty and grow my channel. People saying I'm trying to grow my channel with that other shit that I'm not going to talk about anymore.
Listen, what's the point in having a YouTube channel if you're not trying to grow?
Right. Everybody is. But there's a difference in doing it the right way and wrong way, And everybody fucks up sometimes on here. It happens. It's all in how you fucking act after the fact to me. I might be on Queen Bee's tonight if I'm up, y'all. She told me come up if I was awake. I think it's at 10 p.m. Eastern time.
I don't understand why.
What?
She wrote a post attacking, making out that I'm the bad guy and that and everything. I was going to go up myself, but I ain't staying up for that. Can't be arsed.
I'm going to go up probably. She told me to, or she said I could. I didn't ask. People's like, oh, she's trying to bring Queen Bee into this. No, I didn't. The other day when I went live and Queen Bee come up on my panel, I did not try to get Queen Bee here. She wanted to come up on panel. Took me forever to drop the damn link.
Someone said Queen Bee go up, and then she says if a link gets dropped, I'll go up. And
yeah, and I dropped it. And it's not like I was at begging her. No, fuck that. People don't know. Me and Queen Bee go back to 2020. And look, and I would do the same for Queen. I'd stand up for her in a heartbeat. And I was in the wrong on some stuff, and Queen's calling me out too, and I deserve it. And I own it. But why can't everybody else own their shit? You get, sometimes your emotions get the best of you. It happens. Especially when you're passionate about something. And nobody can ever take that from me. Even if I do fuck up sometimes. Yeah, I thought Chris Watts was guilty as soon as the news interview too. You could tell. Yeah, I agree, Tammy. You have to drink. We all fuck up. It happens. Oh, don't be sorry, Allie. I'm good. It's all good, baby. I got tough skin.
I'm so confused about this chat. So, he's got me nothing for my birthday. Absolutely disgusted in all of you. Oh man. What happened with Tokyo? I don't understand. I see that
Allie,
earlier.
it just shows who people are.
Hello?
Hello?
What's this?
Girl, you know I want. Girl, you know I want.
Oh, what a beautiful day it is outside.
Oh, another thing, by the way, the next thing you're going to do is be like, hey, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to call the cops. Call the cops, bitch. You can't call the fucking cops. You're guilty of something. If you ain't, call the cops. What are you going to tell them? Well, he's saying I have something to do with this missing girl. Yeah, tell the cops that. Call them. Be my guest. Call the cops on me. If you're so fucking innocent, call the cops. Say Ryan Upchurch is harassing me. Do it. I want you to. Do it. Call the cops. Do it.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
I don't want this.
Eat it.
I just don't want it. I want something else.
What? What's wrong with you? You okay? That was the distress bar. You all right? What? Can you talk? Hey, y'all hear that? Hey, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? Are you okay? Speaking in your human voice, are you all right? I need to know. I need to know what to do. You need me to call 911 or something? Be serious. Be serious. I'm finna go call 911. Hey, I'm finna go call 911.
Do you want to know the number one emotion behind a narcissist mean streak? It's not anger. It's not even jealousy. It's not what you think that it is. It's fear. I'm telling you that it's fear. The narcissist is actually way more afraid of you than you are of them. I've been telling you this for years, and it's the absolute truth. Do you want?
Good morning, my followers.
Hey, Dad.
With my daughter, I'm feeling happy. I like the earrings.
Thank you.
Hey, my followers, how are you today? It's Sunday. I love it. Oh, my followers. Pampering myself, very nice. Thank you for for the money for a nice pedicure. I appreciate it. Happy anniversary, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Run it up the stairs, put it on the landing, and I run downstairs.
Yeah,
to
Kate mentioned that.
Kate, they come out and get it.
From her followers.
This is nice.
Look at that thing.
Calvin Klein. I love it. Thank you, whoever saw. These are great. I love those.
Your favorite.
My favorite candy, guys.
This morning was funny. After having a good laugh and replying,
I'm playing.
Play. I know what you're thinking. You think your dad's a lowlife. Huh? Fucking loser. Can't get a job, take care of his family. Don't you think I tried to make things work?
Nobody wants to be my enemy. Oh, the misery.
All right, bring the chain all the way to the other side. And then we're going to put our little chainsaw right there.
Mm-hmm.
This is 50% water, 50% bleach.
Because that's just bleach. Yeah,
Yep,
got it. Go for it.
let's just lightly mist along the chain.
Oh, this is going to be so cool.
It's going to be very cool. Okay, so that was 2 coats. Now we'll do this part.
Surround the saw blade.
Just surround the saw blade.
And when you lift these things up, it's almost going to be like a little stencil, huh?
Yes, exactly. All right, so it's been a few minutes. I put some gloves
You can see around
on.
the edges. Yeah, I can see it.
Yep, so I put some gloves on because this is bleach. So now that I'm touching it with my hands.
Oh, cool.
Look at that.
Cool.
Oh, I'm excited.
Love it.
That
Love it.
turned out
Lift up that
very
blade.
cool. Okay, and now we're gonna lift up the blade.
Quick.
Ready?
Yep. Go for it.
Look
Cool.
at those sharp. All right, bring the chain all the way to the other side.
Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, not nice.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You need to leave? No, bitch.
Okay.
Oh, he's out. Yeah, he's out. Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, not nice.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You need to leave? No, bitch.
Okay.
Oh, he's out. Yeah, he's out. Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, not nice.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You need to leave? No, bitch.
Okay.
Oh, he's out. Yeah.
She told me all the girls in her class were going to get their hair dyed together, and she wasn't invited. So I did what any dad would do and figured out how to dye her hair. I learned it was called a balayage, and was
If God is backing you, you don't need anybody to support you. If you have a business, if you have content, if you have services that you provide, you don't ever have to worry about the people around you giving you the exposure that you need. If God has truly blessed what you're doing, you'll never have to worry about the who and the how. You don't have to get mad at the little circle of people around you not sharing your content, not sharing your business cards, not coming to you for services. If God got you, He got you. He's going to send the right people to you. He's going to give you that exposure as long as you remain obedient and focused. So relax. If God supports you, it don't matter who doesn't. If God is backing you.
I'll just wait and post this all once you already drop it.
But you don't care that I'm showing you, do you? Am I getting on your nerves?
No, bro.
Okay, if I'm getting on your nerves, let me know. Because I don't know. I'm like a fucking squirrel, bro. I done smoked so much pot and shit, but
bro, we're here, bro.
This song's 5 minutes long. It's a real country song.
Yeah. Go folks on you, praying that God can get baptized in the down river. So when you threaten me,
you filming this?
Okay, y'all. So we got.
Why are you filming this?
We got Poppy some new clothes. I think this is going to be his Halloween outfit. Hold on, let me put on the accessories. Hold on.
What the hell is this supposed to be? You got me in overalls. It looked like I got a cast on my left arm, and I got a James Brown wig on.
I ain't gonna get no treats in this. You gonna have me running up on people in this? They ain't gonna think it's Halloween. They gonna think I'm homeless.
See the sunrise in her eyes.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I need some more coffee. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish my sermon for Sunday. I'm freaking out just a little bit.
What would you do if I broke in your house?
Now, hold on just a minute, Skittles. I live down here in the South, and we protect ourselves with pit bulls and pew-pews. And the real question is, which one of them's going to get you first? Because I be diddly dad burn. We get up too early, stay up too late, and work too damn hard for our shit to be letting somebody who looks like they tasted the rainbow come in and take our stuff. No, honey. Down here, we just soon send your soul to Jesus and let him sort it out. You know what I mean? This is the way I see it. If you're ever skipping your happy ass down here on the streets in the South and you get this hair up your butt to come into one of our houses, I suggest you do one of two things, baby. You hit your knees and you start praying to the Lord because you fixing to meet him. Or you just keep skipping your happy ass until you get out of town. Now, I personally think the latter of the two choices is the better choice, but bless your heart. You can choose either one you like. Just, baby, choose wisely, okay? Have a nice day.
Well, ended that with a good one.
What, you have a dump?
I just want to show some funnies and something different. Some shorts is out. I like that Southern one, though. That was the best one. Hell yeah, she's right. She is right.
You talking about you had a dump? You need to have a word with Nightbot, you do.
What?
You need to have
Pit
a word with
bulls and
Nightbot.
poo-poos. I got wiener dogs and poo-poos. I'm scared of pit bulls. I would not own one of them. I want a beagle or a basset hound. I want one of the two. I want a bigger dog. Got what?
French pug. It don't leave me alone. It just he
Loves
says,
you.
He says it sits there all day, don't do nothing. He says you walk in. He says, and it just don't leave me alone. It headbutts me and everything, and bites me, and I'm like, what are you doing?
He likes you.
He just
Hey
comes
Tammy, look,
darting at me.
I subbed to Rockstar
me.
like you said, and he's in my feed now. Did you see his couple of videos in there? I think Tammy's the one that recommended him. He is funny.
Yeah, it was.
The dog in the costume. That was because I got my dogs have costumes like that, but they're Chucky. Because I love Chucky. You tired? You need to get some sleep. I'm getting ready to go to bed soon myself.
Another 6 o'clock morning. Right, gonna end well.
Yeah, I'm going to get off here and get ready for bed myself. Thank you all. I had a good time and it was good. And got a little information out there about a case I wanted to get out. I want to talk more on Alonzo Brooks, though. I'm going to do a live on him. Because there's more to it that I know that wasn't showed today. All right, I'm getting off here, Frank. I love you, bro. Get some rest.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, you all. I love y'all. Thank you.